way I like to do it. Remembering I can't always get to my plot, so I want to be able to have a reservoir of water in the bottom. So I'll drill some drainage holes about 3 inches up. Like so. Right, I've got my bin, I've put the holes in it, I've stood it on a couple of bits of guttering to discourage the slugs and snails and wood lice from crawling up. Okay, so we put some bits of rock in there, really, bits of old brick and stuff to drain. And now the next thing is some newspaper on top of that. Some newspaper. I don't suppose it matters what newspaper we use. You can put a rude one in there if you want, or you can just put your local news in there. It really doesn't matter. All that is to do is to stop stuff falling through onto the stones below. And then I've got here a bag that I've had fermenting, a bag of leaves and grass cuttings, some of them snails. That's just to give us a bed of something moist. Go down into. There we go. That's bagged, packed down to it. In there. Then, trying this out for the first time. This recyclable organic stuff you get from your local tin. Some of that. Now the helicopter's gone, we'll carry on. Right, so we've emptied in our peat-free organic doings. Now we want a couple of potatoes. So that's half full. Let's show you what it looks like half full. There we go. There you go. Right, I'm going to put 2 in here. They're already sprouted, look. I'm going to put 1 there and 1 there. Right. There we go. So that is about halfway up the bin. So there should be plenty of moisture retained in the bottom of that through the summer. Now I'm going to put 4 inches of soil on top of that. 3 inches, about 75 mil. That on the top. There we go. And then our final trick, I like this. Polythene, cut it off, because we're still getting frost. And then some elastic bands, any old elastic bands will do, but I've got these from the scaffold company that use them for netting range scaffolding, and they just cut them off afterwards. So there we go. I'll cut the waste of that, and we'll put a little hole in the middle, so when it rains it waters them, but also it's protected from frost. What do you think of that then? Let's have a look and see how we're getting on. There's still a chance of frost, so we've left the polythene on. It's now May the 22nd. Oh, there we go. We are just showing one just pop through, look. There we go. That's on here today. I'm going to leave that off to let it air, and then put it back on for tonight, because it's only 4 degrees tonight. It's now 24th of June, and we'll have a look and see how these potatoes are doing in the bin. Go down. The bin's about a half full of soil now. We've still got another shoot coming up there, look. So I intend to fill that up with another 6 inches or so of soil, of compost, and I've just dug it at the compost heap. So we're going to dig out a bit of compost. Nice drop of stuff. The only trouble with having a big compost heap like this, if you don't regularly turn it over, it can be a bit hard to dig out, but nevertheless, it's good stuff. And all I should do, when I've got what I want, I should put the boards back on, and then I might turn that lot over and out to it. Like this shovel full. I like to make sure that the leaves are held back as I put it in, because what I don't want to do is trap the leaves under the compost. And that single little shoot that I pointed out, I'm going to just lift that up a bit so that can get some light. Make sure it's all packed neatly around. And I think there's room enough for one more lot of compost around this potato. Once it starts to get flowers on it, I don't imagine that I'm going to get any more potatoes setting. I don't know. I'm not an expert. This is all based on life experience. I'm not scientific about this. I don't think I can squeeze any more around that without actually covering leaves up. So I'm going to stop at that. Right, and we'll see what's next. And then when we finally do tip them out, we'll see if it's worth it or not. Right, now we're now on the 8th of July, and we've had some real hot weather, and as you can see, I think you can just see, we've got loads of growth, and I reckon it's time to put a bit more compost in to build it up another 4 or 5 inches. So that's what we're going to do. Before we put compost in, we need to give it a good wash, and then when the compost goes in, we know the water's well down. You'll be surprised, well, you might not be surprised because you might know, but you really do need about 2 litres of water a day when the weather is really hot, which it is at the moment. You know, we're getting temperatures now about 35 degrees, and that's why the potatoes put on a bit of a spurt. So there we go. A couple of litres of water gone in there, probably 3 actually, and then I shall compost on top of that. We've dug some more compost out of the compost heap. Nice looking bit of stuff it is. And I don't think we're going to put any more in there now, because I can't see it making much difference to the potatoes we're going to get. Because the plant is quite mature, it's just showing signs of flowers there. So I think the potatoes that are on there are already on there, and they've just got to fatten up. But anyway, it's an experiment to see, and I should empty them out when the potato dies back. That's when I shall empty it out, and then we'll see what you get for that amount of effort. Right, our taters in the dustbin. It's now September the 2nd. The flowers have all gone. Well, actually I picked most of them off, and the plant is just beginning to show that it's nearly finished. Oh. over. The foliage has all died back and it's time to tip out and see what we got. Here we go then. Oh, there's a few there on the top. Oh my goodness me. It's like looking for gold, isn't it? Red gold in this case. And they are quite well done, look. That's halfway. That's where we put the potatoes in. And then we built it up since. And that was 2 potatoes. And between you and me, I'm happy with that at that point. And we're still getting some more. More and more. Well, these are the smaller ones, aren't they? You would have thought they would have carried on swelling, wouldn't you? But maybe, I don't know, maybe someone should do a scientific study on which potatoes are formed first, which ones are formed later, and which ones will be the biggest. And the soil at the bottom of there is actually drier than I imagined. Well, I did cover them up so the water wouldn't get into the bin the moment the tops had died back. Well, I think that's probably all we're going to get out of there. And I would say that that was a very respectable haul. Yeah, it gives some idea of the size. Very good indeed. If I had to guess, I would say that perhaps there were times when the watering wasn't consistent, because I wasn't here every day watering, and some days were really hot. But otherwise, very good indeed.